We are very excited to welcome Assistant Secretary Tim Walsh for a cleanup conversation. So first, we just want to say, welcome to Oak Ridge. We're happy you're here.
Oh, thank you. And it's such an honor to be here.
We know this is your first visit to the site, so we do want to hear just your initial impressions these last few days as you were touring and you were seeing some of the work happening on the ground.
Yeah, it's really remarkable to see exactly what was here before, like the K-25 gaseous diffusion plant that's now leveled, and to see the nuclear renaissance really unfolding right there with companies like Triso X under construction, and Orano soon is going to be under construction, and Kairos, and really it's going to be the epicenter for the nuclear renaissance, and it's really the blueprint for future sites.
Well, and I do want to talk because I know you visited the different campuses, so including Y12 and ORNL. So let's start with Y12. What were your impressions there, and how did you see the cleanup that we're doing having an impact in helping them with their mission?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Y12 was fascinating to see. Fact that it's pretty vintage, yet it's still in use today, and they continue to modernize inside of the building. But really the opportunity for us is to do some pretty complex demolition, decontamination, demolition, and removal to clear space for new facilities so Y12 can continue its national security mission, which is super critical at this point of our history.
Well, and then I'll pose the same question, your thoughts on the cleanup efforts happening over at ORNL too at the lab, which is nice campus over there.
Yeah, exactly. At ORNL, I mean, same exact thing. I mean, it was where one of our first nuclear reactors were, the graphite reactor. So being able to see that, built in 1942, and then really adjacent to that is where we're taking U-233, I think it's the nation's or the world's largest stockpile of it, and then reprocessing that into really critical cancer cures. So, you know, you can think of it as cleanup to cures that's happening right there. But then beyond that is taking down a lot of the older buildings and, again, making new space for new opportunities for the Office of Science.
How do you envision reindustrialization moving forward within EM?
Yeah, I think it's always been a critical point, you know, dating all the way back to the Atomic Energy Commission Act, and then when DOE was actually formed, the Hall Amendment, that basically as we were winding down our DOE missions on these sites was to create new economic development opportunities for the surrounding communities for good American jobs. And you know, we're finally at that point today where we're doing that with bringing back new manufacturing. But everything starts with energy, and where there's energy, there's prosperity. And you know, DOE is really leading the effort under the Trump administration to unlock all the potentials of our DOE sites for new energy generation, new grid upgrades. We had the existing right-of-ways that went in there to enable AI data centers and other advanced manufacturing to happen on those sites.
Well, and it takes a village to pull all of this off, right? So how important is it to acknowledge the workforce and the pace that they're moving at and the successes that we've seen?
Yeah, that's a great question, because none of this happens with hardworking Americans. And that's what's really exciting, is that I think we're going to see the rebuilding of America's middle class, because these are all good paying, whether construction jobs or data center jobs or power plant jobs, electricians, that it's going to take to do all of this. It's happening right here in the heartland of America.
Well, final question for you. You're about, what, 6 months into this new role, right?
Working, not quite.
Yeah, close to it.
Yeah.
Working in government, coming from the private sector previously. So how do you like it? How are things going? And where do you see EM going? Yeah,
you know, I am really enjoying my role here. I had no idea a year ago what I was stepping into, but since I've been on board, I dove in, saw the opportunities. It's amazing the skilled workforce that we have, the partner contractors that we have, and the DOE federal employees. I mean, we're all pulling together, as you said, takes a village, and it's fun to see this collaboration that's happening.
Thank you so much for joining us, Assistant Secretary.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah,
it. Hopefully
yeah.
we'll see you again.
Yeah, absolutely.